Good to see you again. There's magic that happens. The previous YouTube I did, we talked of the ocean came in. And when the ocean came in, it had to do with sweeping us clear of energies that were heavier, that we didn't need anymore. And the ocean came in again this morning. It's not a surprise that the ocean's coming up. As I said before, there is a called a Stargate experience happening in Maui, I believe. And wow, what I brought Lemurian energies with me from Mount Shasta. The waters within our own body want us to connect with the waters of Earth. Some fairy energy came in just before I got on with you guys, and it reminded me of this. Look at this little fairy given to me as a gift. And I'm not exactly sure what information comes to me later, and so that's coming through fairies today. Just to talk to you what else about, and so it's a little different with the chat. Your questions or your comments today, it says that I can make them visible. So some of the energy that came in when it had to do with the ocean, these energies that came up, even the energies that came up for me the other day, which were like guilt and shame, and it felt gross, it felt icky. And again, I was like, all right, I know how to come through these. I know how to move through these energies, acknowledge the energies, and just kind of move through them as I go, right? And I went through that procedure. I brought in some toning and some music. So if you're here, there might be some resonance with toning, frequency. There's a phrase I heard this morning that I absolutely love, because it's so true of what I do when I'm with you guys. I bring through the tones and the frequencies in order for your body to also calibrate too. So sometimes it happens that we tone together. Sometimes it happens that we dance together, or that I dance and you watch the light language that occurs. Sometimes I babble like this, encoding in what I'm speaking, but it's more of the frequency of my voice. The words, yes, are important, but really it's the frequency that is coming through. And sometimes there are messages and channelings that happen. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys for showing up, for you and for me. And those that we have in the 528 and 2026. Some of the energy 25 might have been a little chaotic. With these particular crystalline energies are here to support. And frequency is something that came up recently, and about how the quantum works. lower energies, it's important to acknowledge them and to move through them, but not to fester in them. When we fester in them, they then can bring down the frequency that your body's radiating at, and then we'll wonder why these certain things are going on. And we're like, oh, our quantum field is field. It's reflecting. You might look at me and be like, love, that's ridiculous. Like, I am not holding that frequency. That is not what is coming in. Feeling what is coming up in the collective to be released too. And as anchors of light, moving more and more towards embodiment, and how we moving toward that crystalline, that Christed energy, which is through the density that comes in our own bodies. How are we responding in our external, right? Talk of a weaving happening, tangling things, saying what came to mind was like long ago, you know, I'd have a jewelry box in my up, right? Anymore. But there was something about the process safety pin, and I would kind of like loosen that which was safe height, which was constricted. I would loosen, and I would see the chains kind of start to fall a lot, and part of me would get a little worried, like, ooh, I'm gonna get tangled with this other one. But I would just sit there with a safety pin, maybe two, and just kind of pull it apart, and then I would just know. I would know, like, okay, this goes here, this goes under here, let's untangle this, let's wrap this around here, and then I'd like shake a little bit. I'd shake it and it would like come loose. Oftentimes I would undo the ends first, so there was a way for it to release, right? So we might be being asked to undo something in our life, to disentangle ourselves from an experience in our life. This has been coming up in previous messages in a different way about letting go, releasing that which is no longer yours, releasing the burdens, forgiveness to yourself and to others. How can you just forgive yourself and be like, I know this person or this place is going to be upset with me, but it's time to disentangle and realign myself with that which feels like is the way, is that middle way, is that ground of what do we need? Are we asking, what do I need right now? I do this almost on a daily basis, asking, what do I need? So are you listening to that heart self? It could be your child self telling you, hey, this is no fun anymore. Forget this responsibility stuff. Like, we gotta go. So there are obligations and there are responsibilities. And we know when it's necessary to really center in on those human things and center in on those responsibilities, the ability to respond in discernment. And then we know that there are other things that are really not fitting, and yet we're still holding on to them. We're holding on to them because there might be a belief that is keeping us from moving through that. So what I'm here today is to ask you, is that belief, is it true? We talked in previous videos of false evidence appearing real, fear. Is that fear actually valid? Or are we just preparing for future, thinking that we don't want that to happen, so we're staying stagnant now? So that idea of disentangling came in, and it was almost I will tell you that there was an activation that occurred with me this morning. And as I was listening to this other channel's light language, she was asking, again, just like me, when I'm always asking you guys, I'm like, feel. Nothing to do, just feel. And the Stargate Collective does this too. And I really felt into my body. And all of a sudden, there was a pain, like a sharp pain, just for an instant in my lower right back. I think where like your Ming chakra is, um, whichever side it's on. It was on my right side. And then I noticed other things on my right side. It was like different things were releasing on my right side. Shoulder releasing, back here releasing, um, in my feet. There was something in my right foot that was releasing. Something was going on the outside. And this particular light language, I loved whoever was being channeled through, whichever beings were being channeled through. I loved their energy. It was playful. It reminded me of Pleiadian energy that I've heard before. It reminded me of like a Russian friend that I have. And they were just telling us how good of a job we were doing, and that if we want to, that they can help us recalibrate, that they're here to help us recalibrate. And I was like, yes, definitely. Because whatever I apply in the quantum field for myself is also healing and openness and an energetic recalibration for you guys here on YouTube that join me live or on the replay. So join me every day at 11:11 Pacific time. There's always something different. And share these videos. Leave me an emoji if you've made it this far, because I'm kind of curious, like how far in do people make it into these videos? I know everything wants to be quick, quick, quick. And we are in those energies that are things are getting faster and faster. You might feel like there's no time in the day, right? Everything seems to be accelerating, and our ascension is accelerating. We are being fully supported in it, and I'm saying a lot today. I'm just noticing. So the energies, I'm circling back to the ocean. What we worked with in my previous video, which will be up later today, from yesterday, there was a cleansing and a clearing that came in with the ocean. And some of the light language that I was listening to today had to do with that ocean. It had to do with the energies, the 3D energies that we have all been stuck in for a very long time, and it being a little mucky. And we're going to feel those mucky energies rising up, just like I did the other day, going to that comedy thing that was like, what is this? Like, if we're talking lower vibrational energy, I'm like, whoa, what is occurring? And so what we're being asked to do is to notice the muck, but not submerge ourselves further into the muck. You know, don't make it into a quicksand where you're like, well, I don't want to bypass. Let me feel this all completely. And there are some people that do that, and it works okay for them. Find what works best for you, because what was represented in the ocean was almost like you're on a boat, and there's an anchor. And that anchor's been stuck in mud for a long time. But the energies are rising. The tide waters are rising and rising up. And as the tide waters rise up, that rope, that thread, is getting a little more and more tight, right? It was kind of slacked, it was all slushy, and it's getting to this point where it's just being pulled, and the boat is rising, and your vibrations are rising. And you'll notice that even when you dip down, say you all of a sudden feel a little bit sad and you're not sure why, or fear, anxiety pops in, you'll notice that you're not down here anymore in the sludge necessarily. Some of you might be, and it's okay, by the way, because we all, like, we're in it, and we're all like pulling ourselves out of it, like, get those, you know, maybe we lost our boots in there and we're like, what is going on? You know, there was no water, it was all just sludge. The waters are coming in, they're rising, they're becoming more clear, they're filtering out different things. And what came into play, and let me try and keep focused on this, I'm just going to close my eyes for a bit, is us in this boat, and we're floating up. And that anchor isn't so anchored anymore in the sludge. It's lifting up, our boat is drifting, the waves are getting a little wavier. As we're up here and we're rising, we're still dipping with the energies. We're feeling these times that don't feel familiar so much to us anymore. We're dipping down sometimes, but we're not dipping down where we were. We're dipping down on a layer, right? They're all layers. And we're rising a little further, and we might go up a wave, and then we might come down a wave, and up and down, and then our energies are rising more. It just keeps elevating, right? The more we work with our energetic body, these waters that are coming in, even if they dip, even if they go a different direction than we're used to, they're still coming back up, and they're not in the sludge anymore. We as a collective have made a decision this past year to no longer be in that sludge anymore. This decision was also made in 2012, but there were more decisions to be made in these years, and it had to do with being more not that we won't have wonderful technology come in, but like say those fears of like, oh, too much AI, right? Versus biological. We as humanity, I've been told from different channelers out there that we made the decision to be more human, to be more in that timeline. So picture those energies. We're just up here and we keep rising. And the anchor that's down, like way down in the sludge, is rising as well. It can't stay stuck in the sludge anymore. So you don't have to have the fear that, oh my gosh, I'm doing this spirituality thing wrong. I'm supposed to be way up here, but now I'm feeling like way down here. And it's kind of an illusion. It's an echo. It's an echo of past energies that were possibly stuck in the body, and they're resurfacing. They're coming up, 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 and out. They're almost like, it's like the shore is up here, like the actual shore, and they're just getting washed up by the ocean to be seen, like a bobber fishing, right? I don't know why that's coming in, but like you're fishing, right? And your bobber's like bobbing up there. It's like a bobber that's been released from the ocean, and bloop, 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 it floats up for it to be seen, for it to be felt, and then for you to release it. And you release it through breath, you release it through acknowledgement, you release by different modalities of affirmations, possibly toning, possibly light language, possibly getting outside where it's just warm and beautiful, and kind of anchoring in to Earth's energies. So these are the things that are coming up right now. Let me see if I have anything else to add with the ocean water and the anchor. Coming up out of the sludge, we're no longer anchored in the sludge. We're going to be a free-flowing boat on the ocean of life, just kind of cascading. We have a lot of assistance around us, energetic assistance. Our Coast Guard, if you like, of energetic beings surrounding us, from the ascended angelics to the masters to the galactics. Everything that came in this morning was very galactic and somewhat fairy-like. So let me feel into a little bit more. Oh, it's your birthday. Wow, fantastic. Oh, how cool, it's your birthday. What do you want for your birthday? I'm just answering a few comments that I see popping up. I see that you speak a different language, possibly. I I feel it. It's my birthday, and it would mean a lot. Maybe you could clear a little bit. You want your cat to feel better. Oh, wow. What is going on with your cat, by the way? I'm just going to ask these questions because I'm told that I have... My soul self would like to work with animals, and I've worked with my own animals. How would you like your cat to feel better? What is going on with your cat? It's a totally different subject, but I'm switching for a moment. One of the things you can do to assist your cat is to play a frequency that can assist the healing of animals. So on YouTube, there are different frequencies, tonal frequencies for animals. I would play them for my dogs when I could tell something was going on. Odds are you can kind of feel into what's going on with your animal. You can see, is there anything physical happening? Are they favoring a certain part of their body? Ask them to just talk with them, feel, and ask, not in worry, but as in curiosity. Like, I see that you're feeling not quite like yourself. Can you tell me? And it might not be words. This is, again, we're working with our clairsenses. So this is part of the channel. We work with our clairsenses. So what is my live about? Oh, you're new to my channel. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So every day at 11:11 Pacific time, I get on and I talk about different things that come up, different energies that come up. Sometimes there are channelings that come through. Sometimes we breathe together. Sometimes there's more information that comes through about a previous subject that we talked about in a different video. That's what a little bit of what I was talking about right now. So, you know, one thing we can do, since you have a cat that's not feeling well, I do this with every live where we breathe. Almost every live we breathe together. So if you'll join me right now and just put a hand on your heart and take a deep breath and hold for 4 seconds and release. And breathe in again through your nose and through your belly. And release. Can you feel source energy coming through your crown? Can you feel how the earth is supporting you from beneath? Take another breath. And release. So this particular person who's here has a cat that is in need of healing energy. Let us all just feel into the energy that is cat. And breathe in. And release. If anybody else has any other animals at this time that can use a little bit of assistance energetically, feel free to tap into those energies as well. Breathe in. And feel every time you breathe in, the light in your heart gets brighter. You have a spark there, an all spark. And as we breathe in, And we breathe out. We have source light energy coming in through the crown into the heart, and Gaia's energy from below coming in, from below up through the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the navel, and then up into the heart as well. Breathe in. And I'm just going to kind of bring this energy of healing for the animals out there, which are our companions. Breathe in. When we come together, whether here live or on the replay, we combine our energies for the greater good of all humanity. We have the frequency in the background of crystal energies of 2026, bringing in the energies of healing and fortitude. Breathe in and breathe out. We see our animals, the beautiful souls, the beautiful consciousnesses that support us on a daily basis. Breathe in. We combine our energies for the healing needed for ourselves and our animal friends. We breathe in, we breathe out. Breathe in, and we breathe out. Breathe. Feel the frequency. You can tone along with this frequency. So what's occurring right now is a light language that just helps the transmission. You can look at it or not look at it. You're still receiving that which is coming to you, which is coming to the animals that you're working with. And cleansing and clearing. And after this, one thing I love to do with my animal and maybe dogs like this more than cats. Whatever animal you have, give them a little like rustle, like a little like down their body. Breathe with them, like breathe in, breathe out, and give them a kind of rustle down their body. With cats, it might be a little more gentle, depends on the cat. But what you can do is you can utilize your hands to go from the top of their head, using white light through your hands and moving down their body. And as you move your hands down their body, you might see a twitch. You might see something in their body, or there might be a sensing that you have within your heart that tells you to stop over an area for a moment, to breathe in and breathe out and move that energy out. And you can move that energy out by envisioning a violet flame, just a little fire inside your, wherever you're at, that it's going into that violet flame. And then scan your animal once again with your hands, just kind of, you can do this if this is resonant with you. Scan the animal, pay attention to where you feel to stop, and then just scoop that up with your breath and out, because we're releasing it, we're not taking it on ourselves, and put that into the violet flame. I'm a big worker of the violet flame, Saint Germain. And then, just like a magic witch of some sort, kind of, you know, do a little motion or decide or intend that that flame goes out, and you see that little like puff of smoke go up, and all the dense energies that you just removed from your animal just went into that violet flame. Hello, Luis Campo. Good to meet you. Good to have more people here. Wow, there's so many new people showing up. I'm so glad. Okay, so I've got a few questions here. Wow, there's a lot of you here with me. People asking how to beat their boyfriend because he's so annoying. People asking why every blondie is wacky in the mind. This is the opposite of therapy. Okay, great perspective. All right, this is not meant as purely a compliment. One of the most beautiful people I've seen. Can you speak more about your experience, please? What's up, guys? How you all doing today? Okay, so I'll answer one question. As for your boyfriend has their own work to do, and so do you. So if you're finding something annoying in your boyfriend, be honest and ask yourself, is that annoying quality in you whatsoever? Does it show up differently in yourself? Because we do have a reflection of what happens in our reality to show us what to work on in ourselves. When we work on ourselves, all of a sudden that boyfriend, that husband, that whoever they are, their stuff starts to dissipate. It's like they don't have the fuel to fight with you anymore. Because they start to see some of their own strangeness going on. So always look at yourself, ask yourself what that is and how it's showing up differently in your body. People ask me if I like pizza. Yes, pizza is wonderful. However, I'm not as much into cheese anymore, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. If some of you people are here, you're here because you're going along this path and things aren't working anymore, and you're wondering how to move forward in your life. And you might feel stuck. You might feel like you got this up and you got this down, and what the hell is going on here? So basically, thank you for the compliment of my beautifulness. You guys are beautiful too. Eventually, I will have you guys on a live Zoom. I'll have these times where we can get together for an actual quantum healing of energy. And you'll be able to actually tell me what's going on in your life. What you guys need help with. I don't think it's pizza. So pizza guy, what is in your life that you need something going on? Is it pizza guy or pizza girl? I'm not so sure. Yes, this is not therapy at all. So if you need professional help and therapy, by all means, add that to your practice. I've told someone before, I was like, I don't have the tools for this. I said, my tools are purely energetic. It's the messages that come through Ah, you're an interior decorator. Wonderful. That is a profession I looked into, actually, way back when. So I have a lot of people here, and I seem to be going a little off subject. What is it that you guys would like me to do today for you? I have some cards that came in. This one looks really interesting right now. Usually when that happens, oh, look at this, alignment. We were just talking about alignment. I know it's backwards, by the way, because I'm doing this for YouTube, and it's always going to be backwards. So I'm just going to read it to you. We've got the stones, sacred stones. We've got the pyramid right here. And can you feel into this card? What energy does this card feel like to you? This card is about alignment. So when we look at oracle cards, such as this, that hold sacred geometry, this sacred geometry lives within your cells. It lives within your DNA. The pyramid in the background, we have many sacred points on this earth. The pyramids are one of them, where they actually connect us up to our galactic families, our galactic heritage. This is you right now. Within the center, within the alignment. We just had Three Eye Atlas come in. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, welcome, Georgia. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to call you Georgia for now. You're my first Georgia person. Feel in to this vision. You're being asked to realign your life. You're being asked to let go of burdens that no longer serve you. Everything, all the tools you need are within you for anything that is coming up in your reality. When I feel into this card, it says it's all coming together. I had this feeling this morning, by the way. It's all coming together. No matter how much we feel like things are falling apart, oftentimes things have to fall apart. They have to disintegrate for there to be something new. Think about the phoenix. How the phoenix burns into ashes and then rebirths into the new. We're all being asked to rebirth into the new. I'm just feeling into the card for a moment. Where do you guys feel the energy of this card? In your body. If you were to scan your body from top to bottom, where would you feel the energy? I feel kind of more of a pressure in my head. I can feel the energy of Source coming through my head, through the third eye, and it's kind of centering there in the head. What about you guys? When sacred geometry comes up in your life, it's something to pay attention to. We are made of this crystalline structure here. Our water within our body is made with this crystalline structure. I'm going to choose another card and see what other card comes up to go along with alignment. What is needed for this group at this time in regards to alignment? Yeah, I'll admit, we're a little all over the place today. Doesn't always happen, but occasionally it happens. So let's see what the cards have to say about your alignment. If you have When I say alignment, the white lions come in. Ah, hidden treasures. Hidden treasures, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Your gifts are revealed. So as you stay on the right track, as you go on with your joy, you will continue to reveal these certain little gifts that you have in life. Arms open wide. That is the position of I'm receiving the energy. You're allowing the source energy to come in and wash through you. Check out my video before this. This is coming in again. We brought this in the other day through meditation where we cleansed our complete body with the Lemurian ocean, basically, Lemurian energy. Okay, so it's all coming together with precision. You're on the right track. Your gifts are going to be revealed. I know some of you are asking another question. I'll get to it in just a moment. One more card. What else do we need to know about 2026? About our hidden treasures? About our alignments? Is there anything we need to pay attention to? Is there anything we need to let go of? Don't usually do readings like this. This is unique for me. Live the question. Here we go. Look at that. Live the question. What does that mean to live the question? Open your mind. Live into it. Curiosity. Curiosity. Curiosity is what comes in when you start to channel. You asked what this channel was about. We connect with our clair senses. You have intuition that you've always had, that you've been born with. You have gifts that you've always had, that you've been born with. But you've had someone in your life tell you they weren't real. I'm here to tell you they're real. Mine have been increasing and increasing this last year. And most of them I already knew, like it was happening. I just thought that everybody could do this. And everybody can do this, but we all bring those gifts forth in a different way. So live the question, curiosity. Curiosity is how you tap into your gifts. For you that had the commenter that had the animal and didn't know what to do with the animal, you know what to do with the animal. The energy that you can bring forth in breath and focus your energy towards the animal in need assists the animal. It gives them like a little leg up on helping their body come into balance. And you can also do this with your own bodies as well. So live the question. What questions have you been asking yourselves and not moving forward on them? Possibly backtracking on them. Live the question that you have in your life. What's the small baby step that you can take? There's actually a card stuck here, so we're going to look at it. Slow and steady, foundations, and patience. Be the mountain. Be the mountain. You can almost picture this. Your hands in prayer in Namaste. The energy coming through the center. We've got clairvoyance here. Some of you might actually be clairvoyant. I've been told that that is a gift that will be coming to me. The mountain, the foundation. Make sure your foundations are strong. If you're trying to build something at this time, if it's a new venture, if it's a new life, if you're leaving an old life and you're going into a new life, what is your foundation going to be? Feel into this card. How can you be the mountain? The mountain is stable. The mountain is strong. The mountain moves. You might think a mountain is solid, but the mountain moves when it needs to move, right? The mountain moves with the earth, with earthquakes. The mountain moves with the water that goes between the rocks. There's life between the rocks. You can be high up in a mountain and see a random flower sticking out of solid rock and wonder, how did it get there? Right? Yeah, some of you have some kind of clairvoyance thing going on. All right. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. We are so off topic. This is so unusual for me, but I don't care. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, answered some of those questions about the rock moving. You, my friends, are not solid matter. What they teach you in school is not necessarily the truth. It's just information. Okay. Some people are here from on the other side of the world because it is very late for them. Yeah. So everybody has their own truth. And there's a lot of information out there. So I always say, you don't have to believe what I have to say. You can go do your own research. What I've been following is my heart. And that's what this channel is about. This channel is about listening to that little voice, that inner heart sense of you that always, always knows which way to go. So, how it works, basically, is that you listen here. Whatever your heart says, that's going to lead you. Your brain is something that brings all your energy into form. Like when you create something, when you come up with a new project, you are in the mode of creation. You are the creator at that point. When they talk about in the Bible of, you know, in the image of me, right? It's not a literal translation of, oh, you know, we're human, so God's human, or source or universe, or whatever word you want to use for that. It's about the heart. It's about returning here. All your answers are here. Your God spark is here. How you're going to show up in the world is all from here. When we react from the mind, and the mind will tell you many stories. The mind will be like, for instance, rocks don't move. Rocks don't have consciousness. Everything has consciousness. Your own body is not solid. You have molecules that are moving so fast that allows you to be solid. When this card is picked up and it's solid, it's only solid because I'm vibrating at a frequency that allows me to pick up this card. If I were vibrating at a higher frequency, it might allow me to pass through this card. Quantum physics. Something really interesting, if you guys want to look up some of that information, is a guy named Greg Braden. He's a guy that's been researching and going out and talking to ancient native people and finding out the mysteries, the secrets behind our quantum field and how this reality works and why we're here and why some people look like they're getting along well in life and some people don't look like they're getting along well at all in life. And it really has to do with your vibration. What vibration do you want to hold? Do you want to bring peace to the earth? Do you want to bring love to the earth? Do you want to pay it forward to others and have others treat you as you would have yourself be treated? How are you guys showing up in the world? These cards right here are really amazing cards, actually. I don't do tarot, not yet anyway, and I work with these oracle cards as a way of, it's almost like prayer and meditation. Sometimes we need something physical. Sometimes people use crystals and they'll pick up like a pink quartz and they'll say, oh, I want to feel more love for myself. And they feel that love. As they hold on to that pink quartz, they'll feel that love. And it's in their hand and it's in their heart, and they feel like that energy is with them. So there are many, many different modalities out there. I encourage you guys to do research and find the different modalities. This channel specifically, I'm finding, because this is all new to me, so I'm finding that there are oracle cards that come up. We are being asked to use our imagination, not to create fake things, but to image what we want to bring out in the world before us. That's what we're being asked to do. You have a vision of a new job, a new love. These are not going to be brought to you by cards, by the way. This is all work that you do on your own, but it all happens when you connect. When you find what works for you to be able to come to that centered place within yourselves. And there's toning and there's sounds that come up, and I might sing along to a frequency, but overall this channel is to help you connect with your heart, to breathe, and to have a moment in your day, 11:11 Pacific time, where we just get together and we talk about what's coming up. Sometimes it's questions that I answer from people, and sometimes it is just breathing with me. And I'm just here to tell you guys that you're not alone. And sometimes that's enough. I have a friend that suffers from severe depression, and I was like, what do you want? What do you need from me? And he's like, I just want to be told that it's okay. That's all going to be okay. Regardless if it's not, I just want to feel like somebody cares and it's okay. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you that you're okay. There's a phrase me and my best friend at the time came up with, and it was, I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay, I'm okay. And that might resonate for you. There might be something going on in your life, and you feel like you could just, everything could explode, and you just got to come back here, take a breath, and pause and say, I'm okay, I'm okay. I am okay. And I am loved. And I am supported. And even if I don't feel like I'm supported at the time, know that there is a higher energy. There is a higher power out there. Just you connecting with me right now, there's something in you that knows that there's more. There's more for you out there. And I invite you to explore it with me as we meet up here every day at 11:11 Pacific time, depending if it's the holiday. Tomorrow, it's a friend's birthday, so tomorrow I will not be on live. But hit that thumbs up button, hit the notifications, and we will come together. There's healing energies that come through from the frequency of my voice and my words straight to the frequency of that which is you. And you are doing all the work. I am simply here to kind of like hold the space, the energetic field, prepare it for you so that you might bring what is needed, that heart-centered spark, to light up in your life once again, if it's not already. And we all fluctuate and we have the ups and downs like I talked about earlier with the ocean. So pay attention to your ocean. Notice the ups and downs. Notice that you're not directly in the sludge anymore, and you're being elevated up, 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 up. You might take some dips, and that's okay, but then you come back up again, right? We're just gonna ride this wave together. That's what we're here for. So lastly, I'm gonna just show you the sacred geometry one more time. I just want you to take a deep breath in Ready? Hold and release. It's all about your breath, baby. It's all about the breath. Sometimes it can be hard to breathe when you go through a lot. But remember, your breath is your life. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, do your own research with where you think this message is coming from. And I welcome you here. I welcome you all here. We're all going to have a different perspective. We're all going to have a different way. We are each unique in ourselves, and each of us that brings our energy here brings it collectively for the whole. So I love you. I thank you for being here. And as always, I am, we are one. One breath, one heart, one voice. I love you, and enjoy the rest of your day.